In my previous life, I was not only the right-hand man of the female president, but also her substitute for Bai Yueguang. After Bai Yueguang returned to China, the female president wanted to break up with me. I didn't agree, and ended up blind and with a broken leg. When I found out that the person who saved me was not her, I chose to commit suicide because I felt I had repaid the wrong favor. When I opened my eyes again, I found that I was reborn. I was reborn, back to the day when I was kept by a female CEO. On this day in my previous life, I was speaking on stage as an outstanding graduate of the school, and Lily and Jessica were sitting in the audience. After the speech, Lily's secretary gave me a business card and sincerely invited me to join the Lee Group with an annual salary of 500,000. I was moved. In this life. Lily looked almsgiving and said in a bad tone, "Liam, I heard that you still owe a loan. I'll give you an annual salary of 600,000 yuan if you follow me." 600,000? It was 100,000 more than in the previous life. Should I be grateful then? Seeing Lily's matter-of-fact look, I smiled and looked at Jessica next to me. "Excuse me, this time, I choose to join Zhang's group. How much salary will Jessica offer me?" Jessica looked shocked, but she said calmly, 700,000. I held out my hand. "Jessica, it's been a pleasure working with you." Lily left, saying, "Liam, you will pay the price for your choice." I ignored her and led Jessica back to the audience. In my previous life, I chose Lily and loved her to the core. He became her secret boyfriend and worked like a slave for her company, but ended up with blindness and broken legs. With my help, Lily's Lee Group was successfully listed, and she married her white moonlight, living in harmony with her. Why? Jessica, the president of Zhang's group, is a close friend of Lily and they can talk about anything. Jessica saved me in the warehouse when I was little. Lily impersonated me and threatened me with a favor to get me to help her. I am not an ungrateful person, so I agreed and became her substitute. Lily told me the truth when I was in despair. Finally, I chose to commit suicide. If I were to live my life over again, I would make them pay the price. 3. As soon as I came out of Zhang Group, I ran into Lily. Lily looked down at the ID card in my hand with a mocking look on her face. "I didn't expect that you are a top student in the finance department of University A, but you are such an ungrateful person." I stopped. "What do you mean by that, Mr. Lee?" Lily shook her head and sighed. "The person who saved you in the warehouse was me." I raised my eyebrows slightly and glanced at her chest. "Really?" When the girl tried to save me, her chest was scratched by gravel and left a scar. At this point, I paused, took 2 steps towards Lily, and whispered in her ear, "How about you unbutton your shirt now to prove yourself?" Lily's face darkened, and she raised her hand to slap me. I took a step back and said, "Boss Lee, it's not good to touch an employee of Zhang's group in front of him, right?" Lily was so angry that she laughed. "Once you are fired by Zhang Corporation, I will not allow any company to take you in. By then, you will have no other way out except to be my dog." Her tone suddenly changed, extremely gentle. "Of course, if you cancel your contract and follow me now, I will agree to whatever conditions Jessica agreed to. No more, no less. After all, I really love you." Lily in my previous life was the same. She first slapped me in the face, then gave me a sweet date, and then she scolded me like a dog, regardless of the occasion. I used to enjoy it, but now I just feel disgusted. I refuse. Lily didn't hear the answer she wanted, so she sneered. "You'll regret this." After saying that, she walked into Zhang's company wearing high heels. I don't care at all. I'm sure Jessica won't terminate my contract. After I became blind and had a broken leg in my previous life, Lily said that anyone who dared to take me in would be against the Lee family. It was Jessica who took me away when I was almost freezing to death on the street. Since then, Jessica has been busy until late at night every day. Once, when the secretary came to her house to look for information, she complained in a low voice. If Jessica hadn't taken Liam in, how could Zhang's become like this? Working overtime every day is so annoying. It was then that I realized that Lily could be so ruthless even to her good friends. When I told Jessica that I wanted to leave, she was puzzled. "Lily doesn't want you anymore. You have nothing now. If you leave, you will die." I am unmoved. "Why, Jessica left me here just to laugh at me, didn't she?" Jessica said nothing more, and I just took it as her agreement. Every time Lily scolded me, Jessica was usually there, watching coldly. I loved Lily so much that I blamed all the mistakes on Jessica. Since then, Jessica no longer spoke to me, nor did she let me go, but she came back later and later. I am not a careless person. I know how good Jessica is to me, and I have gradually let go of my prejudice against her. Later, I couldn't bear to see her suffer so much, so I called Lily. On the phone, I begged Lily to give Zhang a chance to live. Lily's tone was gloating. "Liam, Jessica is so devoted to you that even though Zhang's group is about to go bankrupt, she still refuses to throw you out of the house. She has missed you when you were young for so long." My hands were shaking, and I had a guess in my mind. "What did you say?" Lily said maliciously. "Jessica was the one who saved you in the warehouse. I just said a few words, and you thought that person was me, Liam. You are so stupid that you are hopeless. Also, I am going to marry Jing. Don't call me anymore. He will be angry when he finds out, and I will have to comfort him for a long time." I held the phone tightly. It turned out that I had recognized the wrong person all these years. Lily was laughing on the other end, but I was confused. Jessica was beside me when Lily got close to me. Jessica was there when Lily was humiliating me. So, Lily knew everything, but deliberately did this in front of Jessica. I thought Jessica's concern for me was charity and said she was sanctimonious and hypocritical. It turns out that she had saved me once when I was 8 years old. But how did I treat my savior, snatching her investors and deliberately leaking false information to her? Thinking of this, my heart is filled with regret. I called Jessica and asked her to let me go, but Jessica told me not to think too much and hung up the phone. As expected. After I recorded a conversation, I pushed my wheelchair to the bathroom. The blood from my wrist dyed the bathtub water red. Before I died, I sent the recording to Jessica. The only regret before I die is that I don't know whether Jessica has used the things I said to save Zhang's company and bring down Lee's group. It doesn't matter if I can't break it. This time, I will help Jessica. Lily, your good days in life are almost over. A graduate with no work experience became the general manager's secretary as soon as he joined the company. People in the company had many complaints about me. Jessica wanted to explain for me, but I stopped her. With the help of the memories of the previous life, Jessica and I secured several large investments. Jessica trusts me very much, and she will invest in whatever piece of land I say, without any objection. The Jiang Group has grown in strength, and I have made an indelible contribution to this. My colleagues have also changed the way they address me from Shaolin to Brother Lin. Looking at my annual salary, which had increased by $100,000, I thought of the generous year-end bonus and grinned. In my previous life, I worked like a slave in the Lee Corporation. Even though I got a lot of cooperation for the company, my salary was always 500,000 yuan, and I didn't even get a year-end bonus. In response to this, Lily said, "You are my boyfriend. What's mine is yours, don't worry about it." I was so delighted that I immediately used my meager savings to buy Lily a bag worth 500,000 yuan. However, Lily only carried it once, and I never saw the bag again. One time I mentioned it by accident and Lily said that the bag was too valuable so she kept it. I believed it, but later I noticed that the bag appeared on her assistant's shoulder. Every penny I earned at Lee's was spent on Lily. I was reluctant to customize a few well-fitting suits for myself, but I bought her countless shoes, bags, and clothes, even though she never wore them. Later, after Bai Yueguang Yijing returned to China, I gave Lily many expensive things in order to win back her heart. So much so that when I was down and out, I couldn't even take out a penny. Now that I think about it, in my previous life I was indeed, as Lily said, hopelessly stupid. In this life, I can only spend my money on myself. I will live and die with my money. Today, Lily, who hadn't been seen for a long time, suddenly came to Zhang's. There was a lot of noise coming from Jessica's office, mostly Lily's voice. I asked the general assistant to drive away the onlookers, and I stood guard at the office door myself. When I heard the bang, I immediately pushed the door open. The office was a mess. When Lily saw me come in, she bent down to pick up a piece of broken glass. I thought she was going to attack Jessica, so I quickly went over and pulled Jessica behind me. Seeing this, Lily curled her lips and held the glass in her left hand loosely on her right wrist. "Liam, come here, or I'll cut it off." As soon as I lifted my foot, Jessica behind me said, "Don't go over there. Who knows if she will go crazy?" I shook my head and continued walking. Could Lily be as crazy as I am now? As she watched me approach, Lily looked at Jessica provocatively. I grabbed Lily's left hand and pressed the glass against her wrist. "Don't you want to cut it? Go ahead and do it. If you can't do it, I'll help you." Lily screamed, her smug look gone. "Liam, are you crazy?" I pressed the glass down again, and Lily screamed like a screaming chicken. I felt like my eardrum was about to burst. The moment I let go of her hand, Lily threw the piece of glass far away and ran aside, gasping for breath. I sighed, how boring. I bet Lily doesn't dare to cut it. In her previous life, the nail salon owner's hand was shaken and a small cut was made on her hand. The nail salon went bankrupt the next day. Lily was afraid of having a wound on her body because Bai Yueguang said that he liked her best when she was perfect and flawless. Lily was afraid that I would go crazy again, so she cursed at me a few times and then left. I turned my head to look at Jessica, and after finding that she was not injured, I started cleaning the office. There's no way. Have you ever seen a CEO cleaning his own office? I was used to doing it in my previous life, and I am more adept at it in this life. When they were almost done cleaning up, Jessica suddenly asked, "Were you afraid that I would be bullied by her?" My hands trembled, and I said in a teasing voice, "That's right. If anything happens to you, Jessica, who will pay my salary?" Jessica chuckled and stopped talking. After that, Lily was quiet for a while. I saw Lily again at a business meeting. This investor has always only cooperated with the Lee Group, so there is no need for him to come. But for some reason, Jessica insisted on coming and asked me to cooperate with her when the time comes. I wanted to refuse, but Jessica said she would give me 50,000 after the end. It costs 50,000 yuan to attend a conference. Don't be a fool. During the tea break, Jessica asked me to feed her fruit and pass her drinks, and I did as she asked. When I was feeding Jessica the second piece of fruit, Lily, who was sitting opposite me, grabbed the fruit from the plate and threw it at me. I stood up and stood in front of Jessica. Looking at the clothes stained with fruit honey, I felt a little relieved that I wore a cheap item today. Otherwise, I would be heartbroken. The people standing by saw this but didn't dare to say anything. What a joke. Lily is crazy. Who would dare to offend her? Jessica wiped her mouth and said, "Let's go. We won't participate in the next activities." So, Jessica came here just to provoke Lily? Am I also a part of their play? As soon as I got home, I received a text message from Lily. Jing, please stop making trouble. My patience has its limits. If you don't come back to me, you won't be able to bear the consequences. I blocked him, but I couldn't bear the consequences. I am an orphan without parents, and I don't even know who is within the 5 generations of my family. How can you take revenge on me? The next day, I received revenge from Lily. It was flowers. Lily sent me flowers every day, and the name signed was Ching. After that, she also sent me flowers every day. People in the company speculated that Brother Lin had hooked up with some rich woman and was being showered with flowers every day. Every time he went to arrange work, he would receive warm greetings from his colleagues, which had affected my work. I couldn't stand it anymore, so I called, and Lily answered the phone at the last second before it hung up. Oh, she is still as arrogant as ever. Lily, what do you want to do? Jing, come back to me. I will let bygones be bygones. I found a deserted place. Return to you? Then you'll dig out my corneas, break my legs, and finally watch you marry He Jing. Lily's surprised voice rang out. Jing, you really came back just like me. So you were mad at me for treating you like that in your previous life? You still care about me in your heart, right? At this moment, I just want to call you an idiot. It's the past life. It's the past life. We have nothing to do with each other anymore. So please let me go. Jing, I was wrong. He Jing cheated on me. I don't love He Jing anymore. I only love you. Please trust me again. Jing, please come back and help me. Without you, it will be very difficult for me to survive in the company. I sneered. It was just as I expected. Lily, the president, is just a title. Although she has the ability, it is not obvious. When Lily's father was still in power, all Lily knew was having fun. After I went to Lee's father discovered my management talent and asked his secretary to guide me. Later, Lee's father passed away due to illness, and it was me who helped Lily secure the position of president. But now Lee's father is still in good health. What does Lily mean by this? Could it be that the rebirth has caused a butterfly effect? Lily, I won't help you anymore. You're on your own. Just as I was about to hang up the phone, I heard Lily say, Jing, don't you want to know what happened after you died in this life? I was excited. It would be a lie to say I wasn't curious. I love eating melons. Lily, pick me up after get off work and we can talk. I really want to know. Never mind. I'll tolerate Lily for a while. I'll block her again after I'm done with this. I turned around and saw Jessica standing behind me with a blank expression, but her shaking hands betrayed her. You're going to meet Lily? So all the information you told me in your life was just because you were angry with Lily? Huh? Did Jessica also reborn? Seeing that I didn't say anything, Jessica laughed at herself. That's right. She's your lifesaver. It's only natural for you to help her. Go write your resignation report and I'll approve it right away. After saying that, Jessica turned and left. I was afraid that my job would be in jeopardy, so I rushed forward and grabbed Jessica and hurriedly explained, Jessica, it's not what you think. I asked her out just to find out what happened to me after I died in my previous life. You can just ask me directly. But I didn't know you were reborn. Jessica was furious and blamed her for being such a good actress. In the office, Jessica called Lily in front of me. Lily, Liam has something to do after get off work, so he won't be able to keep your appointment. After that, she took me home. I looked at the layout of the house. In my previous life, I was brought back here by Jessica. Now, Jessica was going to tell me what happened after I died. This fate is damn ingenious. After I died, Jessica used what I said to make the Lee family give up their revenge on the Jiang family. As she said, Lily broke through the shackles of her family and married He Jing, and the two were in love for a while. It's just that the two families have a feud, and He Jing only deals with her because of his low status in the He family. He Jing used the annexation of Lee's company as a bargaining chip to make a deal with his eldest sister. After the deal was done, he would become the general manager of the He group. If he failed, it would also facilitate the cooperation between the He and Lee families. The eldest sister of the He family agreed happily as she was sure to make money no matter what. After the marriage, He Jing gradually gained control of the Lee group and secretly bought shares. By the time Lily found out, it was already too late to save the situation. Finally, the Lee group went bankrupt and was merged into the He group, and He Jing became the general manager of the He group. Lily, who had nothing, was also kicked out. Lily asked for reconciliation, but was humiliated by He Jing. He Jing told Lily that his lover was someone else. Lily was unwilling to accept it, and on the day of He Jing's second wedding, she tried to kill He Jing with her car, but was hit and killed by a truck. It's really satisfying. I asked Jessica. What about you? How did you get back? Jessica's face flashed with panic. I don't know. I woke up and found that I was back. Jessica didn't want to talk, and I didn't force her, so I just nodded. Jessica, thank you for taking me in your previous life. Also, I always keep my word. I won't change my mind when I say I'll choose Jonks. Jessica, don't worry about me in the future. Jessica handed over a glass of wine. Liam, in this life, I want Lee to die. I took it and clinked glasses with her. Jessica, it's been a pleasure working with you. My relationship with Jessica has improved since we reached this agreement. Lily's father was still seriously ill, just like in her previous life. After Lily took over the company, Lee's stock price fell. But Lily is not ambitious. Instead, she enjoys herself every day and her figure is always seen in the entertainment headlines. Until the shareholders of the company were dissatisfied, Lily started to come to Zhang's to block me every few days. In order to avoid her, I asked Jessica to take me away every time. Over time, Jessica and I became close friends. Just like today, in order to avoid Lily, I sat in Jessica's car again. To repay Jessica, I invited her to my house for dinner. Don't ask me why I don't eat in restaurants. The answer is that I'm stingy. A meal in a restaurant costs tens of thousands of yuan, but I only make 5,000 yuan a month when I cook for myself. In the supermarket, while buying ingredients, I heard a familiar voice. Oh no, Lily is chasing us. Liam. I quickly told Jessica to cooperate with me and turned to look at Lily. Lily was very angry when she saw my hand around Jessica's waist. Jessica, you are so shameless. You knew I have always liked Liam, but you still seduced him. Seeing Jessica's face turn pale, I felt a little guilty. After all, it was me who implicated her, so I retorted, Ms. Lee, please don't slander me. I took the initiative to pursue Ashu. This time it was Lily who turned pale. She shook her head frantically. Impossible. This is impossible. You only loved me before and didn't care about me at all. Jessica, no matter how I beat and scolded you, you only loved me. It's all Jessica's fault. It must be Jessica, you bitch. What on earth did you say to him? Lily wanted to go forward and pull Jessica, but I stopped her. Lily, if you want to see the news about the president of Lee Corporation beating someone up in a supermarket tomorrow, go ahead. You don't care about your face, but you should care about Lee Corporation's shares, right? If the shares fall further, do you think the shareholders in the company will still tolerate you? Lily pointed at us and said, You are so nice, I will make you pay the price. I didn't see Lily at Zhang's for a while. Life finally returned to normal and I breathed a sigh of relief. It's just that Jessica doesn't seem happy. But this is not something I, as a secretary, should care about. As long as it doesn't affect my salary, I don't need to care about my boss's mood. A month later, He Jing returned to China. He came back earlier than in his previous life. The He family held a banquet and I was on the invitation list. There is no other reason, because I just negotiated a cooperation between Zhang's and He's, and He Jing's sister He Lu admires me very much. While I was devouring dessert, He Jing came over. Secretary Lin, I've heard of this before. Nice to meet you. I raised my glass. Mr. He, nice to meet you. We both had fake smiles on our faces while talking, which in Lily's eyes seemed like I was jealous, and was provoking He Jing for her. Lily walked over leisurely. Liam, I'm warning you, be respectful to Jing. When He Jing saw Lily's attitude towards me, there was a hint of pride in his smile. He took the initiative to hold Lily's hand, and the two walked away together. When passing by me, He Jing whispered, A stand-in is a stand-in. When I come back, Lily only has eyes for me. I'm a little speechless. Could you please lock it? In this life, I just want to make 5 million and then retire happily. Who wants to get involved in your business? Lily is really stupid. In her previous life, He Jing caused her company to go bankrupt, but she still trusts him in this life. No wonder Lee's company went bankrupt. I don't know what method He Jing used to make Lily so devoted to him. Is this the power of white moonlight? The next day, the company's chat group was filled with messages. I took a few more looks and found out that the popular actress Li Yaoyao was exposed to be dating multiple men, and one of her boyfriends was He Jing. I raised my eyebrows and sent a message to Jiang Shu, asking her the name of He Jing's sweetheart, and it turned out to be Li Yaoyao. Lily's jealousy is still as strong as ever. In the last life, she humiliated me in front of Jessica. Now that I'm gone in this life, she's going to harm other people. I turn off my phone, work peacefully, and make money that makes me happy. While Lily was on a sweet date with He Jing, Jessica and I snatched away her investors. While Lily was jealous of He Jing, Jessica and I entered other industries. When Lily and He Jing were having an affair, Jessica and I bought the shares from Lee's shareholders. Lily was completely unaware of this. When He Jing begged Lily to let him go to Lee's to help her, Lily was wavering. After I found out, I teamed up with Jessica and secretly colluded with Lee's shareholders to force Lily to let He Jing go to Lee's as deputy general manager. He Jing got what he wanted and became more obedient to Lily, which made Lily very happy. 11. Maybe God couldn't stand how smooth my life was, so he sent Lily to disgust me. I ran into Lily in the coffee shop. Liam, I heard that Jessica and you have a big disagreement now? All your proposals have been rejected. Tell me, if you had followed me earlier, wouldn't all this be going on now? I was like a deflated ball, but I still ignored Lily. Lily thought she had seen through the truth and smiled triumphantly. What should I do, Liam? Jing is here to help me at the company now. Lee's is preparing to return to its peak. You are of no use to me. But if you kneel down and beg me, I will soften my heart and maybe take you in. After saying this, Lily burst into laughter and walked away. And I laughed too. These are all schemes I set up with Jessica. It is false that there are differences, and it is also false that the Lee family has returned to the top. He Jing replaced the financial affairs with his own people, and he has been busy transferring the Li family's assets recently. In order to divert Lily's attention, I deliberately created a Discord with Jessica and secretly provided resources to Li Yaoyao. Just the matter of Li Yaoyao is enough to make Lily worried. Lily looked at the person who was originally pushed to the bottom by her, and now had resources again. She mistakenly thought that He Jing was secretly helping her, so she made a scene with He Jing. He Jing, who usually always coaxed her in a humble manner, ignored her this time. Lily swore at first. Within 2 days, He Jing will come back to see me. But Lily waited for a week and He Jing didn't come to see her, so Lily started to panic. I looked at the message Li Yaoyao sent me and my heart was filled with joy. When Li Yaoyao was slandered and smeared by Lily, He Jing didn't dare to say a word. Li Yaoyao had given up on him. After I gave her resources, she turned to my camp and told me the news about Lily and He Jing. He Jing had almost transferred all his property by this time and began to act tough. He asked Lily to give her the position of general manager, otherwise he would not forgive Lily. Lily was a little embarrassed. The appointment and dismissal of the general manager must be decided by the shareholders. Chinger, I know you can definitely help me overcome all difficulties, right? I left the He family for you, and now you are the only one I have. When Lily heard this, she was so moved that she burst into tears. She swore that she would get He Jing the position of general manager. I sent a message to the official shareholders, asking them to agree to Lily's request, because it is not yet time for He Jing to exit. On the night that He Jing became the general manager, Lily held a banquet for him, and He Jing became the talk of the town for a while. Jessica and I also received invitations. I was sitting alone in a corner eating dessert again, but this time it was Lily instead of He Jing who came. She didn't look as glorious as she did in her previous life, but she still looked arrogant. Liam, Li's can still function without you. Jing has helped me a lot in this life. After saying that, Lily's affectionate gaze fell on He Jing who was not far away. He Jing seemed to have sensed something and raised his glass in our direction. I countered, Lily, at this time in the previous life, the Li group should have been preparing to go public, right? What about this life? The stock price is not still falling, right? After saying that, I took out my phone to check. Lily was not annoyed. Liam, don't be complacent. Zhang's development momentum is indeed strong, but Li's is not bad either. Yes, it's not bad. Your boyfriend has transferred most of your company's assets. It's not bad. Who gave you the courage to say that? I didn't want to talk to her anymore and was about to leave when Lily continued. I'm going to propose to He Jing. What carat should the ring be? I said angrily. You should buy a pigeon egg. That's more worthy of Mr. Li's temperament. Lily thought I was jealous and put her hand over my eyes. Liam, I really like your eyes. If you had promised me when you graduated, I would have bought you a pigeon egg and proposed to you now. I got goosebumps from her touch. No, thank you. Lily took her hand back and looked behind me, her tone intimate. You can come to me anytime you feel regretful. I will always keep a place for you by my side. I turned and left. It was so disgusting. 12. But I didn't expect to see Jessica standing behind me when I turned around. My heart tightened. I wondered how much she had seen. Could she have seen Lily touching my eyes? Jiang, Jessica. Jessica nodded and said nothing. I looked at the desserts beside me and saw a piece of mango crepe that Jessica liked. I picked it up and handed it to her, then raised my hand and swore. Jessica, I didn't betray Jiang. Jessica said, oh, and stopped talking. I was about to leave when I heard, if you leave, you will lose your year-end bonus. I immediately stopped and bowed to Jessica. Jessica, is there anything else I can do for you? What a joke. You can joke about anything except the year-end bonus. I have negotiated so many cooperations this year. My year-end bonus may not be 600,000 or 700,000, but it will definitely be 400,000 or 500,000. If I don't get my year-end bonus, my resentment will be so great that I can feed the ghosts in the underworld. Seeing this, Lily started to mock again. Liam, I told you to follow me a long time ago, but now you are being bullied by someone with such a small amount of money. I was afraid that I would lose my year-end bonus again, so I said angrily. Mr. Li, do you want me to remind you? You don't seem to have given me a year-end bonus before. I have worked diligently in the Li company for many years, but my salary has never increased. Lily blushed and walked away feeling guilty. I breathed a sigh of relief. It was a good thing that I left. It was a good thing that I was given a chance to show my loyalty. Lily was humiliated by me, so she turned to find someone to vent her anger on, and she found Li Yaoyao. Lily invited Li Yaoyao to sing at the party. She wanted to refuse, but because the price was too high, her agent accepted it privately, and Li Yaoyao was forced to come to the party. As soon as Li Yaoyao stepped off the stage, Lily threw a glass of wine in her face. Stop thinking about people you shouldn't be thinking about. He Jing stood aside, watching coldly, allowing Li Yaoyao to be humiliated. Jessica couldn't stand it anymore, so she pulled Li Yaoyao away from the party, and I followed her. After this banquet, He Jing jumped even higher. I secretly collected evidence, intending to take advantage of him when he was negotiating with He Lu. 2 months later, in the office of He Group, we have received a report from an informant that Mr. He Jing is suspected of being involved in financial fraud. Please come with us. He Jing was discussing bargaining chips with He Lu in a condescending manner 1 second ago, and was taken away by the police the next second. That's right. The informant the police were talking about was me. Upon hearing the news, Lily rushed to the police station to rescue He Jing. As He Jing evaded the police told her that He Jing had colluded with Li's finance department to falsify the accounts and transferred all of Li's assets. This news was like a bolt from the blue, shocking Lily. Jessica took me, and I took my lawyer. The three of us walked out of the aura of 30 people. When Lily's secretary saw us coming, she was confused. I asked her to call Lily, saying that things were going to change at the Li family. In the meeting room, there was no tension between us and the shareholders of Li Corporation. Instead, we were all having fun. When Lily came back, she saw this scene. The shareholders thanked us for offering a price higher than the market price. We said they were generous. After all, Li's stock price was just falling at that time. What are you doing? As Lily's voice rang out, the noise in the conference room gradually faded away. Boss Li, it's like this. We are holding a shareholders meeting today because we want to change the president of Li Corporation. Lily said coldly. What is the position of Jiang to attend the shareholders meeting of Li? Today we are not here as Jiang's group. Mr. Li, you currently hold 49 of the shares of Li's group, while Jessica and I hold 5 and 46 of the shares respectively. As soon as she finished speaking, Lily pointed at the shareholders' noses and scolded. Li's has supported you for so many years. Is this how you treat Li's? The shareholders were full of disdain and turned the tables, saying, since Mr. Li left, the Li group has lost its former glory. And you, Lily, have not made progress, but have brought disaster to the Li group. He Jing secretly transferred the Li group's assets, causing the Li group to face bankruptcy. At this point, the shareholder paused and continued, or did you arrange all this? Disaster struck Lily. She was furious. Don't spit blood on me. In my previous life, I was slandered by the Li family and He Jing. Lily insisted that I was the one who did it, and I had no way to defend myself. Lily, it's your turn to be slandered in this life. I knocked on the table to signal them to be quiet. Now, I recommend Jessica as the president of Li Corporation. Jessica raised her hand. I agree. Only Lily refused. You are all plotting against me. No one answered in the conference room. Lily slammed the door and walked out. The next second, the meeting room became full of joy again. Congratulations, Jessica. After the Li group declared bankruptcy, it will be merged into the Jiang group. The Jiang group will surely rise to a higher level. Thanks to everyone's help. Without you, there would be no Jessica today. Finally, Jessica and I smiled at each other and opened champagne to celebrate that night. After the merger with Li's, I became busier and busier, so busy that I almost forgot about Lily. One day after get off work, as I drove out of the garage, I saw someone stopping my car. It was Lily. Lily looked much more haggard. Her originally delicate black hair turned dry and yellow, and there were dark circles under her eyes. Lily said that the Li family had kicked her out and all her belongings had been sold to pay off debts. Now she had nothing and begged me to take her in. I stood before her. Lily, why don't you go find He Jing? Lily smiled sweetly. He Jing is in jail and has been sentenced to 7 years. Liam, Jing, I was wrong. I know I was wrong. Please save me. The place I live in now is shabby and old, and there is a bad smell. I really can't stand it. I remember that you are now debt-free, but all my savings are gone. I was really pissed off. Miss, money doesn't fall from the sky. If you don't have money, go and earn it. It's not shameful to work and earn money to support yourself. You just have no savings now. In my previous life, I lost my eyes and legs. Did I ask you to take me in? The only time I begged you in my previous life was to let John's group go. But how did you treat me? Lily shook her head and cried, saying she was wrong. I wanted to drive away, but she kept blocking my way. I turned around and went back to the company. Since I couldn't leave, I decided to work overtime. I hadn't finished the work yet. Lily wanted to chase after him, but was stopped by the security guard and finally got away. As soon as I arrived at the workstation, I found Jessica holding a cup and looking down. I leaned over and looked down, and just happened to see where Lily and I were talking. Fortunately, Lily is now dead, otherwise I would lose my year-end bonus again. Jessica suddenly said, Liam, I remember you said you would retire when you save 5 million. What about now? I was silent. I was not thinking about how to answer, but counting the number of zeros on my bank card. As I was counting, I started to panic. No, where is my money? Where is my 4 million? I started looking through the contract on my phone, and finally, I breathed a sigh of relief. Fortunately, I used the money to buy a house and renovate it. After reading the contract, I smiled at Jessica in a servile manner. Jessica, our company is now bigger and stronger. Can I get a raise in my annual salary? I stretched out my hand and gestured a little bit. Jessica sneered, dream on. I'm a little desperate. Jessica finished the water in her cup and walked out. I looked at her with expectation, hoping that she would turn around and take me with her because Lily was still waiting for me at the company gate. Jessica didn't look back. Liam, why aren't you leaving yet? Do you want to stay overnight at the company? I cheered, grabbed my phone and ran to Jessica. Jessica, I will never forget your kindness. Jessica suddenly put her hand on my hand that was about to turn off the light and pressed on. Don't turn off the lights. I'll ask the security guard to turn them off later. You don't want Lily to know that you're going home, right? Jessica pushed me into a corner, and I felt that Jessica was a little strange now. You know, I have helped you many times in past lives and present lives. Since you have no way to repay my kindness, how about repaying me with your body? I was completely dumbfounded this time. In my previous life, when I knew how she felt about me, I had already hurt her deeply. In this life, I have never dared to mention matters of the heart. I was afraid that she would feel alienated and that our current relationship would be difficult to maintain if I mentioned it. Jessica seemed to understand my eyes. I have given so much to you in my past and present lives. It is not easy for me to let go. I am here to inform you that we are officially dating. Your salary and year-end bonus will be deposited into my account.